antenna up, the signal's clear. Tuning in voices from far and near.
Yeah, just an example here of a dipole calculator. There's loads and loads of them. You just Google dipole calculator and you'll get them on Google. So yeah, the West Mountain Radio does them. There's loads of them. So just letting you know that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to leave an example from 160 to 10 meters dipole lens. I'll leave a picture up at the end of the video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Greetings and salutations. Another video today. Back in the day when I was first licensed, I'm going to cough, excuse me. There were no shops or anything like that, so you had to make your own antennas. And one of the go-to antennas, obviously, is the dipole. It's quick and easy. But yeah, you couldn't get the parts. You could get insulators. But the centres were very hard to get, so I didn't have much money when I first was licensed, so we used to make our own antennas. So this is an example what I used to use. Cheap and easy. It's a cheap and easy dipole fix. So first of all, we need a block connector. So this is what I used to use. I connect the antenna and the coax to one side, and obviously the other side. And the centre bit, I used to leave it, and what I used to use was one of these, an eyelet. So you put it in the top, screw it in, and then this is how you make your antenna. But you had to seal this off with some sort of sealer on top, because obviously water would get in and it'd get into your coax. So what we used to do, well, what I used to do, I'd put some silicone in the top here, and after I've finished, I'd cover it all in self-amalgamating tape. So I'm not going to actually build an antenna, but I'll just show you the example finished. So with the magic of YouTube, I'll be back in a moment. 3 and we're back in the room. Third time trying this. Door's been going and all sorts. So yeah, rum do. Right, quick slurp of my tea. And this is the idea. It's not actually a length of dipole. I'll put the some dipole lengths up on the end of the video if you're thinking about making one. But yeah, this is it done. Yeah, it'd be a lot better if the eyelet, if you want to make it stronger, you find a longer eyelet so you can try and get it through. This is just screwed down by one. But yeah, the centre of the coax goes to this side and the braid goes to this side. And you can get these, if you're in America, Harbour Freight, B&Q in the UK, or any hardware store. As you can see, there's a bit of coax centre coming out of the top here, centre of the coax. But yeah, you'd make it a lot more neater. Hang on a minute, just move this a second. So let's move this up so you can get the gist of what I've done. And as I said, this is what we used to. This is what I used to make when I first licensed and not have the money. So the eyelet, obviously, you lift it up in a tree. Or what I used to do, I used to buy Bakelite, can't think of the word, the fittings of these, but see how there's two holes here on either side? You can still use these anyway. And what I used to do is fasten them to a wooden pole, and then put the wooden pole on the eaves of the house, and connect it that way. And because it's not a very strong connection to the dipole, it is strong enough. I never had no problems. I had one for 160 meters made like this, but out of Bakelite centers. These are plastic. But anyway, what you do, you leave the ends loose, so you don't have the wire taut, so that if there's any wind, say you've got it in a tree and it's too taut, it'll snap or it'll snap here. Not necessarily snap the wire, but it will snap. So I used to leave them slack, so they were still doing the job, but I didn't have them taut. And to be fair, I have my antennas like that now. I've got a G5RV up at the QTH, and I always leave slack in it. If you have it too tight, eventually it will snap. Whether it be on a pole, a tower, especially a tree, because the tree will whip about. But yeah. So anyway, back to the video. I get in waffling mode, don't I? Yeah. So what I used to do when I got to this stage, I'd use silicone, and I'd silicone the ends and where the screws are. I put silicone in, and round the connections at the bottom. To keep water out, because water is going to go straight down the top here into the braid, and yeah, it's going to be knackered, and obviously the centre. And then I used to wrap it in self-amalgamating tape, and then put tape on top of it to stop UV light damaging the self-amalgamating tape. So yeah, just a simple dipole. With the conditions at the moment, 10 meters for instance, 50 meters, 18 mace, 17 meters, that is very good at the moment. So you can just throw a cheap dipole up, 6 meters even. It'll be even smaller. So yeah, you can just throw it up into a tree. Make sure you're leaving the legs slack, so if it's windy, they've got some movement. And you could actually use, I've used cheap coax on this, as you can tell, because like I said, it's just an example. But yeah, you could use 213 as long as you seal it up with a silicone and self-amalgamating tape. Because now eBay, Amazon, etc., you can buy centres for dipoles. Years ago, guys used to get chopping boards, you know, like make the crucifix style. But I used to use the centres, these block connectors. But I used to try and get the Bakelite ones, the hard plastic. And he even made a doublet in exactly the same way. Instead of using coax, I use a 45 ohm ribbon feed. I used to have a 902 tuner. So yeah, stuck it on the back, and you can do it for various bands. So anyway, that's it. That's my cheap and easy fix for a dipole. It's not great construction, but yeah, it's just a quick example for the video. Okay, 7.3 for now, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget, we're on X, and we're also on Facebook. The links are above. 7.3 GZO DTX. Bye bye.
QTX calling all around. Into the ether, the voice is bound. From London to Tokyo, we connect.